Hello guys, Theo here. If this is the first time you stop by the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and also like this video if you like this type of content. Here's my 2017 BMW M3, and today I'm going to show you 10 things I've learned after owning 5 different BMWs. So follow me on this video. Before I start the video, let me give you a little history about my BMW ownership. My first ever BMW was a 2008 BMW 7 Series. Don't ask me why I got a 7 Series while I was that young. Beats me. But it was my dream car back then and I made it happen. Long story short. The next one was a 2004 BMW 330 Ci, a two-door coupe, and I love that car to death. As you can see, it had a little bit of aero package on it. It was low and it was very beautiful. After that, I owned a 2007 BMW 335i convertible. That was my baby. I modified that car and eventually someday the engine blew up. Long story short. Now, after that, I got a 2015 BMW 4 Series, which I actually used to start this channel. So if you go to my old videos, you will see that car right in there. After that, I purchased this M3. So let me go ahead now and start the video and tell you about the 10 things I've learned after owning those vehicles I just mentioned. There's always a myth about BMW ownership, and a lot of people that don't own BMW don't know if those myths are true or if they are false. For example, when people see BMWs, they always think about this car that always had an oil leak. That is partially a little bit true, depending on which BMW you own. When they think about BMW, they think about a car that is expensive to maintain. Fairly true. When they think about BMW, they think about all sorts of things. But today, you will see that if you are a little smart, you can actually own a BMW and use it pretty well the way it was intended to do. So the first tip I'm going to give you is simple. Do not cheat, do not skip, do not do anything regarding maintenance. Whenever your car or your BMW gives you the sign that it's due for maintenance, go ahead and do it. Don't say, oh, I'm going to do it in 2 months, in 6 months, or whatever, I'm going to pass this one. No, do it. Because BMW is a German engineering, and if you know German cars, they are very particular about the way you need to treat them. When it's due for maintenance, go ahead and take it to a shop and do that maintenance properly. Don't cheat, don't buy a cheap part, place it because it's going to break. These cars require a lot of attention and you need to give it to them. The next tip is pretty simple. If your car has warranty, always take it to the dealer for them to fix it, because those are the trained mechanicians that can really, help you solve any issues. Now, if your car is not under warranty, don't take it to the dealer, man. There are a lot of great shops that you can take your BMW and they do the repair for half of the cost of the dealership. Well, in the car community, we call the dealership stealership. So I'm going to use that term. So the stealership, what they do is they charge you an arm and a leg to fix your car. Sometimes these things that they do are fairly simple. If you are a good DIY guy, you can do them yourself. If you are not that type of guy, find a local shop, that fix car pretty well, and then take your BMW there and you can get good repairs for a good price. Now, if you have a little bit of money when you buy your car and you are not the type of person that do DIY, I would recommend actually you purchase an aftermarket warranty that will help you cover all these costs, because these cars are not always cheap to maintain depending on the issue you're trying to solve. So think about that before buying a BMW. The next tip is very, very simple. I will call it do not tune your car if you are still under warranty. It might sound like a joke. Do not tune your car if you're still under warranty. A lot of people do this, a lot of people don't do this. Now, everyone know their pockets. I'm talking in general. I would not recommend someone to tune their car if they are still under warranty. I am under warranty, that's why I have not tuned my car. I learned it the hard way, man. I learned it the hard way. When I mentioned earlier about my engine that blew up, I was chasing power. Let's call it a day, okay? Don't make me regret here now. But the thing about tuning the car is that it gives you more horsepower, it gives you more joy, it gives you more torque, all those things, and you go crazy on the car. You have downpipes and whatnot, boot mode. It is great to do those things, but the problem is that whenever something happens on the engine and you have warranty and you take it to the dealership, even if the warranty would have covered that repair, the dealership is going to say no. Why? Because you have an aftermarket tune on your car. They say once you do that, it voids your warranty and now you're on your own. Now if your engine blew up because you had whatever, you're on your own. That's kind of what happened to me, okay? So do not tune your car if you're under warranty. The next tip of owning a BMW is do the small job yourself. Do it yourself. There's a lot of videos on YouTube by people like myself that film when they're doing certain things, where you can learn and actually love your car even more. So if you have a little thing to do in your car, for example, if you want to do an oil change, you can do it yourself. You source the parts or the dealership or online, and then you install it yourself. I'm pretty sure in any car out there in the world, there is a DIY on how to do, for example, the oil change, changing brakes, doing small things. Now, I don't want to say that you want to change your spark plugs and it's difficult and you want to try it yourself. Now, you're on your own every time you do those things, but small things, you know your capacity, you know what you can do, and I would always recommend to do small job yourself. For example, when I purchased this car, there's a lot of DIY that I've never done myself. I've changed my suspension myself. I've installed the exhaust on this car myself. I've installed the front lip and a few other things myself. Now, to do those things, I had to research. It's not just that magic that I wake up one morning and then I just know how to do those things. Not I research, and there's information out there on the internet where you can use and make a video that will help other people. So that's what I would say. Do DIY on small job and save on cash. The next tip I'm going to give you is pretty simple. Join the community. Join the forum. There's a lot of information out there that you can find, and they are available on the forum. For example, for the BMW, you have Beamer Post, you have Beamer Fest. Those are the two big forums that you can use, and there's so much information that you can get in there. If you don't own a BMW, you can still become a member, learn about the next car you want to purchase, learn about the type of issues that the car will have, what type of maintenance you can get at a certain mileage or anything else. That's how I do before I want to purchase any BMW. I go there and I start learning from the guys that actually own the car already, what's happening and what you have to, if there's a recall, what you have to do, which dealership to go to get anything done. For example, simple real life example, the M3 emblem on the inside of my car, a lot of people were getting it done for free when it was broken. I took it first to a dealership, they said no, they can't replace it. Then I took it to another dealership and they fixed it. Why? Because I learned from the forum that dealership over there was just, you come with a problem, they just change it. So I took my car there and then they fixed it for free. So that's how I got it done for free. So if I didn't join the community, I would not know that. Probably I would have paid for this fix. So that's how you learn, and I would say join the community. The community is not just for BMW. If you own a Honda, I'm pretty sure there's a Honda community. Acura, I know there's an Acura Zen, because I've used to have an Acura. And Mercedes, there's another, there's every brand out there. I'm pretty sure there is a community that can help the owner learn about the car, learn about the ownership, about programs, anything, any type of information you can get from the forum. If you're the type of guy that like to work on your car yourself, by doing small DIY, I would say use the website fcpeuro.com to purchase your part. Again, this is not a commercial. This is a website that I have used before in the past with other BMW that I have owned. So pretty much what they do is they sell you OEM parts or OE parts. If you don't know the difference between those two, go ahead and search it. fcpeuro.com, they have this program where they give a lifetime warranty on everything that they sell. For example, if you're buying the parts to do your oil change, you go to the website, buy your parts, and then once it comes to you, you install it and do your oil change, right? The next time you want to do oil change again, you go back, you pretty much purchase again another set of items and send them the old items. So what they do is they refund you the price of the old stuff. I don't know how they make money out of this, but it works. I've used it before, I've done it before, I've used a lot. I use it actually a lot for wiper blades, because you know every 6 months you have to change your wiper blades, so I always get my wiper blades for free. The next tip is pretty simple. If you decide that you want to tune your car, make sure you learn the basics. Know what to expect, for example, from this engine. This is an S55. So if I want to use boot mode, what do I expect? If you go to stage 2, you have to make sure that you change your charge pipe. Change this, change your downpipes and things like that. Know what to do your homework. Don't just tune and then expect it to work properly. On the high boost, this charge pipe holes crack because they're made of plastic. That's why we change it for a metallic version of it. We change the intercooler right there because what? We need more fluid flowing. It's for more cooling. That's why we change it. A lot of people change the intakes. Why? Because we need more air in there. So learn the basics, and that's how you can get the best result. Also, know what to expect. Most of the time when you tune your car, you have to change also your spark plug, for example, because these spark plugs are made for this amount of power. So now sometimes people do the NGKs, they gap it to a certain level, and then little basics that you need to know before tuning your car. Don't just go and buy a tune and put it there and expect the best result. The next tip is very simple. Use the forum if you're a guy that likes to tune your car or do aftermarket work on your car, add aero kit, change something on your car. Use the forum anytime you want to buy parts. Very simple example. I've purchased these BBS wheels from the forum. I've purchased this front lip from a member on Instagram because I love it. I've purchased a few other items from the forum, and that's how I learned also how to install my front lip, how to install my suspension, how to install the exhaust that is under. So those things I learned directly from the forum. So another tip is always use the forum to get all the information that you need and to purchase all the parts that you need. Look at my nice Remus exhaust right here. The next tip I'm going to give you if you own a BMW is please don't make your BMW a weekend car, man. This car is beautiful. This car is fantastic. It has everything to be a great daily driver. Don't buy a BMW and park it in your driveway, park it in your garage, then drive another car as your daily. This is a car that is meant to be driven. A lot of time people don't know that when they park their car, it can still break. They just think that, oh, if I park it every day, the car is not going to break down. They are afraid of having the car broken, but they don't know that if you park the car also, it can break down just by being in there. For example, whenever your battery is discharged, it will cause all type of electrical issues on the car. If you are driving it, then you will have the recharging cycle, and then you will not have that issue. A lot of people don't know that. For example, if you want to store your car and travel for like a month, you need to have a battery tender put on the car so that your battery don't get discharged. So those are the things that you need to know before buying a BMW. Don't make it a weekend car. Drive it every day. Drive it hard if you have an M car, because those cars are built to be tough. I drive my car like I stole it sometimes, and so far it's almost 1 year. It has been very reliable to me. That's what I would say, man. Drive the freaking car. The final tip that I'm going to give you today is to do preventive maintenance. Preventive maintenance, if you don't know what it is pretty much something that you do before it actually breaks. An example, gasket. This car has a lot of gasket. BMW use a lot of gasket. In a BMW, because we have induction engines, a lot of time we have to change our valve cover gasket. Sometimes we have something that we call walnut blast. There are things that you have to do for your engine to breathe properly, for the piston to operate properly. So things like that are you are not really going to find it in the maintenance schedule, but it's items that you have to do on the car in order for it to perform pretty well. When BMW have usually these oil leaks on the bottom that you see, is because of a gasket. It's because the gasket is broken, and then the oil gets through the cracks and then finds its way to the bottom of the car. If you have done the preventive maintenance, you will not have that problem. So a lot of people don't know about preventive maintenance. All they worry about is a regular scheduled maintenance. There are also preventive maintenance that you have to do on the car in order for it to function properly. I hope that today you were able to learn a few things about what it is to own a BMW, what it is to expect whenever you own a BMW, what it is you have to do when you own a BMW. I hope this video is helpful to you that want to buy a BMW but do not know what to expect, do not know what type of things you have to do to maintain the car. This video was made for people like you, and I hope you learned something today. If this is the type of video you like, I can make more of these, so make sure that you subscribe, like, and give me a thumbs up for this video. Now, my name is Theo, and I'll see you on the next video.